And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another weekly live stream here on the Film Stocked channel. Today is Monday, February 19th. And I'm hanging out answering the questions. You know the drill. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here in a lot of these streams, welcome. They're very laid back, very chill. I hang out from anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on my mood. I've got a Coke Zero, so I got a little caffeine boost going right now. But we can talk Stranger Things, movies, TV news, all that stuff. Let's talk about it. So, yeah, if you're in here live or on the replay, hit that like button. It helps out more than you guys know. I'm going to take a sip. Instead of water break, I'm going to call Coke Zero break today. Refreshing. And yeah, super chat is a way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, or concern. It's a huge way to help support me and the channel directly, and it guarantees that I get right to your question. And you might notice a new set. I got a new set. I'm really digging it. And frankly, I have redone the entire room, and a video that's going up today is my movie room tour video. So I'm excited. It's exciting times, and it's good to do. Is it feng shui? That's what they call it, right? Where you sort of switch up your mojo and your room or design and decor. That's what I have done. So Adam's Art Box is the man. It looks clean. It's aesthetic. It's Stranger Things. I love it. So let's do this thing. Yeah, cheers. So good. I see we have a super chat with no question, but thank you for the super chat. So from Movie Reviewer 101, thank you. I appreciate the super sticker. All right, diving right into these questions here. Connor, what's good? How you doing? Helena, what's up? Who do I think will win Sakai Take? Starting with a little Cobra Kai. Never dies, baby. I think Sam LaRusso or Robbie. I just think that they're probably going to do some. If they end up having someone from the show, like a main character, win it, that's probably the direction they'll end up going, in my opinion. But it's kind of hard for me to wrap my brain around the potential for this world tournament with the best fighters in the world at their respective ages, right? And the best fighters in the world just so happen to be from Cobra Kai. Like, that would get a little too outlandish for me. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how they handle Sakai Takai, honestly. But if I had to pick a winner from our main group of characters, I would say Robbie Keane for the boys. For the girls, it would be Sam LaRusso. I think that's what they would end up doing. But maybe they just do a bunch of different challenges there, too. We saw them sort of switch up, flip the script, if you will, in Season 4 at All Valley as they added all the skills to it as well. So they'll think of something. They'll keep it fresh. Have faith in the Cobra Kai creators is my motto right now. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. I have never met Jamie Campbell Bower. That'd be really cool, though. He's actually going to a con in April in Florida called Spookala, and I'm kind of considering going. He's going. Raphael Luce, who plays young Henry Creel's going. Eduardo Franco, who plays Argyle's going. Grace Van Dyne is going. So there's 4 Stranger Things actors going, and it's in Tampa, Florida. And that's in literally 2 months, maybe even less. It's like early April. We're almost there. I may go specifically to meet Jamie Kimmel Bauer. Landon, what's up? Starcourt in the house. Shout out Jacob, the best mod around. No disrespect to my other mods or anything, but Jacob's a legend. Let's see. All right. Hello, Mel. How you doing? What's your favorite Funko Pop? It's hard to top these two right here. Oh, it was so clean. Whenever I go to point to something in my background, I always like mess it up, but that was clean. I went boom. Boom right there on the money. It's hard to not say those just because they're the only Stranger Things autograph pops I have. Cam has the Joseph Quinn one, but those two right now, probably my favorite. Non-autograph pops, though, it's hard to say, guys. I always get asked these questions, and I have a lot. So, there's a really cool Back to the Future one over there that I just acquired. It is Doc Brown. Excuse me, I lied. It is Marty McFly in his future outfit from the second film. And Back to the Future Part 2. I have a whole movie room tour video. If you guys are interested in seeing that, it's coming out today. I just got to make a few tweaks to it. It's going up after this live stream. I'm uploading it. So Max is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause to Max Talks Movies. What a legend he is. Hope you're doing well, bro. We got to catch up sometime. Gaming896 with a super chat. Again, super chat is the way to go to guarantee I get directly your question, comment, or concern. It's a huge way to help support the channel. Gaming896 asks, favorite Cobra Kai season and why? This Coke Zero is just hitting different, so I'm just gonna take another sip. I can feel the caffeine in my blood. All right. I'm going to say season 5. And I know that's kind of a hot take for some folks out there. They're like, the show gets too big and outlandish as we get on. And I'm like, bring it on. That's why I love this show. Because it's self-aware through and through. It never strays from its identity. Its identity being, on one hand, and, it pays homage to the Karate Kid trilogy, the legacy characters, right? Johnny and Daniel. And it respects Mr. Miyagi. But on the other hand, it takes the 80s cheese that we love from that Karate Kid trilogy and turns it up to 100. I mean, you've got Terry Silver and Shozen fighting by poolside, like samurai sword versus daggers. Like, what? That's insane. And then you've got like Mike Barnes in the picture, who's just inherently a cheese ball of a character, being over the top, borderline like a cokehead. And so, yeah, it just embraces the cheese. It actually enhances the worst elements of the Karate Kid trilogy. But the reason I love season 5 more than the others is because we see payoff in season 5, specifically with character relationships, right? Through the first 4 seasons, they build up the dynamic of the group. You've got, Robbie and Miguel pitted against each other in a way over the course of 4 seasons. We finally see them sort of, put their differences aside and come together as brothers in a way. Beautifully done. I also think that the stakes are the highest they've been in this season, but it feels earned. It doesn't just feel like they were desperately trying to, do some big scale thing. It actually felt earned. And so I'd say season 5 is my favorite. 4 is a close second, though, because All Valley season 4 is hype. And season 3 as well. I mean, I love every season of the show. Season 2, again, is probably my least favorite, but I also love season 2. That's the season that ends with the big school fight. So every season of Cobra Kai has its strengths. And, it's the same deal with Stranger Things, where it's like, I think it kind of just gets better and better as we go on. But yeah, thanks for the super chat. Movie Reviewer 101 says, I'm not really I can't even really read this. Something about being a mod. I only have a few mods on my channel, and I usually know them personally or have, been in talks with them for a long time. So that's how I pick mods. I'm kind of set on my mods right now. Thank you for the super chat, though. Eli, appreciate it. And then another super chat here from 4. I can't read. I don't know how to read that, but let's see. Is Vecna / Owen broken or pure evil? Huh. I would say we see pretty early on in those flashbacks that Henry Creel is pretty demented from a young age. So it might just be an inherently evil character from birth, for all we know. That's the route I lean. I don't think there's I was asked in the last stream, Chris, do you think that there's a possible redemption arc for Vecna? I think he's too far gone. I think he's too far gone. So yeah, I'm going to lean pure evil, which is pretty terrifying. Pretty terrifying if you think about it. A lot of those big horror icons are essentially pure evil. Without the rich backstory that we got for Henry Creel. And that's why I think that this is such a well-written villain in Vecna, who they established almost off-screen without our knowledge of Vecna. The audience, we were like, who's pulling the strings? Revelations are made in season 4, recontextualize everything we knew about the Upside Down, the Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer. Vecna was pulling the strings behind everything. And then you go rewatch scenes, and you're like, that was Vecna controlling Billy in season 3 when he was, confronting Eleven. Moments like that are just brilliant on a replay, and that's a testament to the genius of the Duffer Brothers. So, yeah, I think he's pure evil. Kind of hard to redeem at this point. I don't think Vecna. Yeah, pure evil's my answer. What do you guys think? Good evening, Goose23. How you doing? Let's see. Whenever I don't start right on the dot, people are like, "What happened?" It's just funny to me. Anyway, okay. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for joining in. Keep, Watch, Burn, Holdovers, Conjuring, and A New Hope. The most random array of films I might have ever been asked on one of these. So that's a testament to how original you are for when it comes to asking questions. I would say this is pretty easy. I would keep A New Hope. That's one of the most rewatchable movies in general for me. And it is my favorite Star Wars film. So that's a very easy answer to keep. I honestly, I mean, comparing those two, the Conjuring and the Holdovers, borderline as far apart as you could get in terms of movie genre. But I would say, look, I think I would rather experience the Holdovers and the Conjuring if I was given the two. I have great movies, both of them like 4.5 out of 5 for me on Letterboxd, but I would rather watch the Holdovers, so I'll watch that over the Conjuring. And the Conjuring is one of my favorite modern horror films that I've seen, and I watched it for the first time last year. But no, I would have to lean the Holdovers in that situation. So I got to burn the Conjuring. I'm sorry, James Wan. What's your favorite Stranger Things episode? Great question. I actually think I'm going to rank all the episodes at some point leading up to season 5. Like, I'm going to rank every episode. Maybe I'll wait until after season 5 comes out, but it's hard to not say, for me, it's a coin toss between the two right here. That's kind of why they're in my background. Dear Billy and the Piggyback. Like, they're the two epic episodes from season 6 where borderline was like an out of body type thing watching. I was like, is this happening? I was like in shock of how great it was. So I'd say one of those two. But again, outside of those seasons, I mean, you got to shout out. I'm going to shout out the season 2 finale. Great ep. Season 2 has a great run if you exclude the Lost Sister. I think it's ep 6, 7, 9. Or excuse me, ep 6, 8, 9. You skip 7, which is Lost Sister. Hell of a run right there. Movie reviewer 101 with another super chat. Thank you so much. Can you do a full review on the Holdovers? That was my favorite drama/comedy of 2023. Can you also do a small review right now? I'll do a review right now. I won't do a full review on my channel, but yeah, I actually did a short review. I think I have a short of it on my channel, but no, I really enjoyed the Holdovers. It was in my top 10 last year. The reason I like the movie so much, simply put, is that it reminded me of certain teacher relationships I had in high school, specifically my history teachers. They were always the coolest dudes. And it's like at first, that first day of class, it was 11th grade and it was English, or not English, excuse me. It was history, US history. And you walk in, and at least we walked in the class, and my teacher was like, he was one of the football coaches or whatever, but he walked in and he seemed like super strict and scary. But then over the course of the semester, you got used to his little quirks and his like jokes that he would crack in class. And we kind of developed a relationship. And I feel the same way with my 12th grade literature teacher. Like, I just really resonated with that teacher student relationship, the mentorship aspect of it all. Also, it's an unconventional family story. Those are some of my favorites, where a group of characters sort of form this family dynamic over the course of the film. And it's, outstanding performances. Paul Giamatti's great. I think Killian should win, but Divine Joy Randolph will win the Oscar. Dominic Sessa is amazing. I mean, it's a feel-good watch. I think it's a movie that you could recommend safely to 9 out of 10 people, and they would be like, thank you for recommending that to me. So it's a feel-good dramedy, and it's just relatable to everyone. That's why I like the movie so much. It's easily digestible. It's also just an important watch, I mean, it's a very well done film. And yeah, I think it should win an Oscar. It's going to win for supporting actress, but I would like to see it win something else, potentially for its screenplay, but I don't think that's possible for what I've been reading on Twitter. What do I know? Anyway, really like the Holdovers, one of my favorites of last year, and I hope to get the Blu-ray at some point and then watch it again in the holiday season for this year. So yeah, pleasant watch. Nothing bad to say about that movie. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Super chat here says, do you see why people think Stranger Things overstayed its welcome? I don't, but I understand some people have that point of view. I don't think it's overstayed its welcome in the slightest. The 5th season's going to tie a bow on the whole show, and that's all she wrote. I mean, in season 4, they established who the big bad villain behind the scenes is that's been pulling the strings. And then in this final season, the Duffer Brothers have said multiple times in multiple interviews across every season that the answers to the Upside Down, they will be given to us in the final season. So no, I would feel if Stranger Things ended right now, like if we didn't get another season, it would be incomplete. I don't think it's overstayed its welcome. I think people dramatize or overreact to the fact that we've had to wait 3 years between season 3 and 4, and now likely seasons 4 and 5. People overreact to that strongly, in my opinion, and it infuriates me, honestly. People are allowed to say they shouldn't wait this long, but there's reasoning behind this. The pandemic legitimately shut down production not long after they had started for season 4. That set them back about a year. And then you go season 5 was going to start filming in June. Strikes for the actors and writers set it back months and months and months. And so, yeah, I don't understand why people are like, oh, Stranger Things overstayed its welcome. Blah, blah, blah. I get the argument that it could have been a one-off, because I agree. When season 1 ended, I actually was like, I don't want them to make a season 2 because it could ruin this perfect ending to season 1. An 8-episode story, boom, perfection. But like, we got seasons 2, 3, and 4, and they built out this world wonderfully, created some of my favorite television characters ever, and it's just a comfort show for me. So I don't understand the overstayed its welcome. Like, there's still a lot of story to tell here. I think people just get mad that they wait so long between seasons, but people pick and choose what they get mad about, in my opinion. People pick and choose what movies and shows with gaps to get all up in arms about. For example, Andor. Season 1 came out in 2022. We're not going to get the next season until 2025, but no one's going to say a damn thing about that. You look at The Last of Us, sort of the same thing. It's going to be about a 2-year wait, 2.5 roughly, but people aren't going to raise hell about that. And then you look at movies, the highest quality movies out there. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes out in 2018. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse comes out in 2023. 5-year gap. Yeah, it sucked, but it was worth it because we got high quality film out of it. People just, frankly, and this is my opinion, people are allowed to dislike Stranger Things, by the way. I'm not going to like attack someone. People can have their opinions on things. But from what I've seen online, in my experience, Twitter, specifically Twitter and TikTok, is people hating on the popular thing just because they think they're being edgy or cool, like turning on No Way Home, turning on Endgame, turning on the Batman. Same thing for Stranger Things. It's a big popular show, and people are like, oh, no one cares. No one's going to watch it when the new season comes out. It's like, go, just cry somewhere else. Like, you don't have to try and bring something down just because it is very popular. It's popular for a reason most of the time. Look at the most popular. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you look at the IMDb top 250, and those movies are very popular, but then people are like, oh, you like Fight Club? You're just a film bro. You like Shawshank? You're just a film bro. Annoying. It's like, they're highly rated and highly spoken by generations of people for a reason. So I don't care. If someone doesn't like Stranger Things, more power to you. Again, you can like and dislike whatever the hell you want. I don't care. It's just I don't understand the people who specifically are like, oh, Stranger Things is washed, bro. We had to wait three years between seasons, but they didn't do the research as to why. It's not like they were just sitting around, picking dandelions, sitting on their ass, waiting. Oh, we'll wait a whole year to write the script. That's not what happened. So anyway, that's my rant for the stream. Let's see. Carrie says, can't wait for the movie room tour video. Glad you enjoyed MegaCon. MegaCon was a blast, and I will have that video out within an hour of my stream ending, hopefully. I got to make the thumbnail and then tweak some things, and it'll be up. But this is the happiest I've ever been with the way this room turned out. Ian says, Chris drinking a soda is that impressive. Caffeine boost, my friend. Needed it. Delicious. Okay, let's see. If you want my Funko collection, it's kind of a part of my actual movie room tour. And I realized that at the end of the video. I was like, I just showed every Funko in this room. So it is essentially my movie room tour, an abridged Blu-ray collection, and my Funko Pop collection all in one. Hi from Austria. Well, hello there. Very pumped for Peacemaker Season 2. When I did my recent DCEU tier list based on excitement, this was actually number 1 because only a few weeks ago I discovered that this actually was happening. For some reason, I was under the impression that Waller was the only piece of media where we're going to get with Peacemaker, and it was basically going to be like a Peacemaker 1.5 type deal. I still don't know what the deal is with Waller and Peacemaker Season 2. I actually don't know at all, and I'm confused, frankly, by the fact that Peacemaker is in the DCU, excuse me. I just said DCU earlier, I just realized, but it's confusing me. I don't know. I'm excited for that because I thoroughly enjoyed Season 1, but is it even connected? I don't know. Thinking about DC is headache-inducing right now, so headaches, you give me headaches. Anyone know that reference? You should. That was like a weird burp cough that just happened. If I sounded like I was choking, I'm sorry if I scared you. Okay, OBX says, how do you feel about the last season being a total late ups? I mean, it's what the show has been. It was 8-9, 8-9, correct? For season 1 and 3 were 8 episodes. So it's kind of following the every other pattern. We don't know if it's officially going to be 8 episodes. Technically, back in August of 2022, the Duffer Brothers or the Stranger Things writers account posted on Twitter like a grid outline of their vision for the season, and it had episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that could be two things. Number one, yes, it could be 8 episodes. Every episode could be an hour and a half, which I'd be fine with. The finale could be 2.5 hours, just like, in season 4, the piggyback. Also, they could just say, when they start filming, they could realize, oh my God, we got to do 10 eps. We got to break this into 10 episodes. And they could do that. So I don't care. I don't care what the episode count is, because the runtime they've established, Stranger Things has established, they're willing to do feature-length film episodes. And I think that'll be the case here with some of them. So if it was like every episode was 40 minutes, like 49 minutes, like in season 1, I'd be a little alarmed, admittedly, but I don't think that's going to be the case. We're getting at least 8 hours of season 5. And I'd say borderline 10, even more maybe, so we'll see. All right, let's keep on going. Let's do a speed round. Do you think Lou Max is endgame? I do. They would have killed Max if they were going to keep her dead. She's coming back. We're going to see them at the movies. That's going to be the last time we see them. After all the season resolves, they're gonna have their date at the movies. Okay. If 11 could bring back Max, would it be possible she could bring back Eddie? 100%. But it's just tough, guys. It's just tough. All right. We know for sure Joseph Quinn is now Human Torch / Johnny Storm. So he might just be occupied with that. Or that could be a big cover-up and he could be in season 5. I don't know. It's fun to play into the delusion sometimes of him returning. I think he'll come back in some capacity, but he won't be a main recurring character, if that makes sense. Who's the most unimportant character in Stranger Things? Like of all time, or most unimportant character with like a recurring role? I'm going to say the most unimportant character in Stranger Things, like the character of least significance. I'm going to take this because honestly, I'm stalling for time because I don't know the answer. The most unimportant character in Stranger Things. It could be. Oh my gosh, it could be Keith. Do you guys know who Keith is? Keith is the guy who works at the arcade in season 2 and then like Family Video at the end of season 3. Keith. I'm pretty sure that's his name. That's incredible. Stranger Fan 101 says, do you think Mileven is endgame? I do. I think Mike and 11 will end up together because they've established their relationship through 4 seasons. They had a huge, emotional crux moment in the finale of season 4 based around Mike and 11's relationship. Mike sort of having to give a bit of a speech to her and, telling her, I love you and all this stuff. So I think that will be the end game. Now, they might have a rocky road to start season 5, but ultimately they'll end up together, or one of them will end up dead, but their love will be undying to the very end. There you have. You heard it here first. Bad Batch Wednesday. So excited. I am behind on the Bad Batch, my friend. I know it does come out the 21st, which is Wednesday, but I'm behind. I haven't seen the rest of season 2. I've only seen a few episodes of season 2. And yeah, so I got to catch up. Quite refreshing. Jello Plays. Hello, my friend. It was good to meet you at Atlanta Comic-Con. How you doing? Is Moana 2 live action or animated? Moana 2 is animated, but they're doing the live action remake still. I know that's kind of confusing, but whatever. Paul says, love the new artwork on the wall. Well, thank you so much, Paul. That's such a cute kitty cat, by the way. I got it from Adam's Art Box. You can look him up on Instagram, and he's the man. I have like multiple prints throughout my room of him now. I've had his stuff for a while, but I just hadn't framed it. Well, I kind of went hard and framed a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. You think 2024 is a year of movies that are over or under? And sorry, let me reread this. Do you think 2024 is a year of movies that are over or under in 2023? I'm just going to take this question and answer it as which year do I think will be better? I think 2023 is hard to top. We got some all-time. We got Oppenheimer. We got, look at all the Oscar nominated films. There's a lot of just like Oppenheimer to me, one of the strong, my favorite film of the decade, just to be honest with you. So that alone carries a lot of weight if I'm looking at year by year. Excuse me. The comic book films last year were not all that. We got Guardians 3, which is great. But you look at the Oscar-nominated films, a lot of them did have the wide appeal. The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon. You look at The Iron Claw. That did not get nominated for anything, but it's a great film. So I'd say 23. If I had to bet which year is going to have more of my favorite movies of the decade, I would put money on 23. All right. I have seen Birdman. I own it on Blu-ray, actually. I've seen it once. Very well acted. Inarritu does like the one take thing really well. It's effective. Super chat. Steve and Nancy or Jonathan and Nancy? Which do you want? In a recent video, I made a potentially hot take. I don't know. I honestly thought it was the consensus that Stancy is the answer here. Steve and Nancy, that's what I want. I just think that it would be more satisfying as a viewer for them to come together in the final season. It would feel the most like full circle, and it would be, it would feel the most rewarding as a viewer to have this relationship where, there's glimpses of them being that happy couple. And even in the first episode when they're studying together and Nancy's like, "You're an idiot, Steve Harrington." And then Steve says, "You're beautiful, Nancy Wheeler." And then he keeps studying. And the way that she just looks at him in that moment, she like has this smirk. Like there's little moments like that where it's like they have such a beautiful relationship, or just sweet. It's like that young high school love feel is in the air. But then, Steve's a jerk. We all know that. But he's had his time to reflect and change as a man. And he's the babysitter now. And in season 4, they started to dial it back up with, the scene in the Upside Down where Nancy's bandaging up Steve. There's some tension between them, and you can feel it. It's palpable. And then in the RV, even Steve's telling Nancy, like, I have this vision of, a family. We packed the 6 little Harrington nuggets into the RV. We go on this trip. Like, that is what I want. And I think that would be the most satisfying as a viewer. I just don't really, I don't think Jonathan and Nancy ending up together would be satisfying. They also were not on the best terms. They're not really being faithful with each other. And I'm not saying they're like cheating on each other, but at the end, they're lying to each other about their real intentions in life. I just don't think it would be as satisfying. For me, I want Steve and Nancy. I'm a Stancy guy, but I get there's a lot of Jancy people out there too. So hot take, I guess, but I'm Stancy to the end of the line. I'm doing good. How about yourself? How you doing? Well, welcome, Marvelous Lucky. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Starcourt says, how much do you think Dune 2 will make? Been seeing the advanced ticket sales have been really good. Let me take a sip. How much do I think it will make, like, during its entire run, or how much do I think it'll make opening weekend is the question. I think the first Dune made like high 400s, maybe like right at 500 million during the pandemic and dropping on HBO the same day. So if I had to gauge this, I'd say Dune Part 2 will end up making like, well, Wonka just crossed 600 million. Honestly, I'd say Dune makes anywhere from 650 million worldwide to 700 worldwide. I think it's going to be a good hit, like a solid hit. It's not going to make $1 billion, but it's still going to make a boatload of money. I'd say worldwide, its entire run, 650 to 700 million. Yeah, I'll say that. Okay. Do you think Susie's coming back in season 5? I do. I think most characters like Susie, like Mr. Clark, like there's one other, those types of characters will return in the final season, even if it's just for a scene. Argyle being one of them as well. When's the next photo dump? Likely next Friday, not this Friday, but the next. If we get any more like pictures, I will for sure make a video on it. But we haven't gotten much news lately, but I will make a video on anytime we get news. I try to get on it as fast as possible. Okay. Let's see. I have not watched The Sopranos yet. My buddy watches it though. He's on season 3 right now. I've heard good things about The Sopranos. What's going on? Jason Cruz, the man, the myth, the legend. Coke break, someone says. Running out. Quite refreshing. And caffeine filled. Are you going to watch any Best Picture noms that you haven't seen? Potentially, but honestly, no. There's like a 10% chance. I tried to watch Poor Things like in December. Wasn't for me. And then what are the other two? I've seen, what are the other two? Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest. I don't have any interest united there and really watching those anytime soon. So probably not. Probably not. I'm just going to keep it a buck with myself and with you. I don't see myself watching those 3 movies, and I'm okay with that. Okay. By the way, if you guys are in here, hello. Hit that like button. It helps out more than you guys know. And if you're on the replay, because I know a lot of you guys are asleep right now because you're across the world, hit the like button. If you're watching the replay, hit the like button. If you're in here now, let's get to 100 likes. Super chat is a way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern. It's a huge way to help support the channel. I'm not going to be able to get to every single one of these questions. So if you super chat it in, it helps me out a lot. And also it pops up right away. Boom, I can click it. And Bob's your uncle. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. All right. Hello there. And hello there to you as well. Could we get any sort of trailer this year? I think we 100% will. We 100% will get a trailer for Stranger Things 5 this year. They're filming right now. They'll be done filming, or they'll have enough filmed to have a trailer. I honestly think they'll drop one like over the summer. If you look back at season 4, they started filming. I want to say they started filming in January of 2020. And so we got a trailer a month later in February on Valentine's Day. It was very brief, but it was of Hopper and Russia. It said "From Russia with Love." It could be something like that, but even if it's just that, we'll get it. And if we don't get it this summer, I would guarantee we'll get a teaser trailer. If we don't get anything over the summer, I would guarantee we'll get a teaser trailer on Stranger Things Day. I'd put money on it. How about that? I would. Hello, Swifty. How you doing? Madam Web or Morbius? I think Morbius is actually the more watchable film, surprisingly. Both are bad. Could you go back to more Stranger Things 5 film locations? I plan to when we get closer, or I plan to when season 5 is building up. I'll probably do it in time. Strange Things. Hello, that's a really cool profile picture, by the way. Okay. Where are we at? Actually, I haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet. I'm a slacker, McFly. Am I watching Invincible season 2 on March 14th? Hold on. I'd have to watch part 1 first. I haven't watched part 1, but I do know it comes out March 14th. Do you ever just I don't know. I need to talk to you guys. Do you ever like a show quite a bit, right? You watch it, you enjoy it. You watch it the once, you don't rewatch it for multiple years, and then a new season comes out, and for whatever reason, you're just not jazzed to watch it, even though you know you're going to like it and you know it's probably good. You just can't get yourself in the mood to watch it. I just feel that way with Invincible for some reason. I don't know why. I can't even actually put into words why I feel that way. It's just I don't have the desire to watch it. I don't, and I'm sure it's great. I like season 1 a lot. I don't know. I have no clue why that is. It's some weird disease maybe. But that's how I feel about Invincible right now. So I got to watch season 1 again, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's not like I'm gassed up for it or anything, which I wish I was. That would be a very daunting task. That's why I'd probably do it for season 5, because I wouldn't want to do it twice. I'd want to do it once when season 5 comes out and call it a day. Okay. All right. Favorite OBX episode. I don't know if I can pinpoint just one, but the season 2 finale's fire. The season 2 finale, I mean, there's some... that shot of Rafe at the end of the episode when he has oh my gosh. If you know, you know. Wild stuff. The drama is real. Let's see. Have you seen Dune 2 trailer 3? It's the best trailer I've ever seen, I think. I haven't watched it. No, I haven't watched the marketing for Dune that much because I think I watched the first trailer and I've intentionally avoided other trailers. Same for the new Ghostbusters. I've intentionally avoided some trailers because there's no need. I'm going to see the movie. I'm actually seeing Dune 2 tomorrow. Right now, tomorrow, I'll be in the theater gearing up for it. So I'll have an out-of-theater reaction for Dune Part 2 tomorrow, and I'm actually rewatching Dune Part 1 tonight for the first time since it came out. And you guys know I was I enjoyed Dune 1, but I was it left me wanting so much more. So I'm just rewatching the first one tonight as a refresher. I think I'll like it more knowing I'll have the answers tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, do it. I'm very close to 100,000 subscribers. I'll do a big celebration stream when I get there. I'm looking forward to that, but just got to keep keep crawling, keep getting closer to that goal. And if you're in here, hit that like button. It helps out more than you guys know. I see we have 109 people in here. Just do it. Do it. Do it. There we go. What I think this Stranger Things spinoff will be about, I would lean it honestly being sort of an anthology deal where it's another group of characters elsewhere, potentially involving the Upside Down still, but a group of characters elsewhere, maybe not even in Hawkins, Indiana, maybe in a different time period. I would prefer a prequel, but they already did the Stranger Things, the first Shadow play. My idea from 2022 that I'd always wanted was a Hopper Joyce high school series. Because that's like the one thing in the show that I think of where they could just cast different actors and they could give us more of a backstory. Because prequels work best as spinoffs to me. Better Call Saul. Andor's a prequel, technically. Things like that just work really well, in my opinion. Where you have a prequel story that takes a character from the main timeline and you follow them at a younger age, or you follow the same actor. In this case, I think they would obviously do the high school days in the 50s. But again, the first Shadow sort of complicates things. I'm not saying I'm upset about its existence because I haven't seen it. I can't critique it. But I do think that it would have been more beneficial for them to save an idea like that for a TV show. Because now it's like they've claimed the first Shadow is canon and people have seen it. And so if they took the first Shadow material and made it into a TV show, would it confuse things? I don't know. Would it mess with the timeline? I don't know. It's complicated, but that's my idea. Would be a Hawkins in the 50s with Hopper, Joyce, Bob, etc. I guess Henry Creel. I don't know if they can do that now, though. Andrew or Toby? Gun in my head right now, Andrew. All right. We got 115 people in the house, so if you're in here, hit that like button. It helps out a lot, guys. And super chat in your questions because it pops up right away, and it's a huge way to help support the channel. Anything goes a long, long way. I saw a good one here from my boy Max. There it is. What is the best sports game you've ever been to? Sports talk time. I would say it is without a doubt. I'm talking quality of game here. I'm not talking my personal enjoyment. I'm not talking, like I'm saying, what is the best game I've been to? I've been to some awesome Georgia games. They got a little one-sided at points, but they were exciting for me. Georgia beats Auburn in the 2017 SEC title. That's up there. I'd have to say the best game I've been to does not involve Georgia. The best sports game I've been to was the 2013 season Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia, Texas A&M versus Duke. This is Johnny Manziel's last collegiate game. Texas A&M is down 25, I want to say at one point, 24 or 25. It's ridiculous. And the second half of that game is probably the most electric atmosphere I've ever been in terms of watching a comeback in real time. That is a historic moment. Johnny Football went out on top, and he balled out in the second half of that game. That is the most riveting live sporting event I think I've been to. That being said, I've been to the Georgia Notre Dame game in 2019. That's the coolest atmosphere I've been to. The game was great too, but it wasn't like that comeback from Johnny Football. I'm telling you, all-time stuff. Thank you for the question, by the way, Max. Good one. Love to talk things, not just movies. What do I think the crawl means? Obviously, when the news broke that the first episode is called The Crawl, research was done by us and social media and folks, and we found out that is a D&D term. I think that's probably, it's some sort of like double entendre where it's referring to that, but maybe even Will in the Upside Down crawling around. I don't know, but we'll know in time. I'm sure we'll get some Dustin scene where he gives us like a monologue explaining it all. Oh man, I'm ready. I've never seen Son of a Woman. That is the movie that Pacino won his Oscar for, I believe. All right. Do a room tour video. It's coming out today. It's coming out after the stream. Watch the room tour video. That's my thing to you. You better watch it. You better comment on it too, if you're going to command me to do it. No, I'm just messing with you. Okay. How's Cam? Cam's doing good. New episode of the podcast on Wednesday. What's your favorite film Sadie Sink in besides Stranger Things? To be completely honest with you, I don't think I've seen her outside of Stranger Things, unless I'm mistaken. Haven't seen The Whale. Haven't seen Fear Street. I haven't seen anything else. I never watched that Dear Zoe movie. Unless I'm like blanking here, which I could definitely be doing. I don't think I've seen her in anything else besides Stranger Things. Well, thank you. I love them too. Shout outs Kirk Manley, Batman Cam on Instagram. Shout out Adam's Art Box right here. Okay, favorite MCU actor outside of the MCU. So, like, my favorite MCU actor, like their work outside of the MCU, I'd say, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Andrew Garfield's technically in the MCU, so I could say him. I could say someone like who's like a villain. Michael Keaton's a good pick. You know, Gyllenhaal's in there. You've got the MCU is becoming so expansive, it's hard to even really think. I mean, who's another one, Chris? Think. I mean, RDJ, it's hard not to say. His work in Oppenheimer's great. He's funny as hell in Tropic Thunder, and he's also great as Sherlock Holmes. Probably say RDJ. Okay. Alrighty. We're already 40 minutes in. I swear these streams go by faster and faster, and time just goes faster and faster every time. Time flies by. Okay, hello there. How you doing? Mike has become so irrelevant. Yeah, I hope Mike's role is stronger in this new season. I think they'll return to the season 1 roots of him having more screen time. Frankly, he was sort of a backseat character in this newest season. Who do you think will cameo in Deadpool 3? And when do you think we'll get the second trailer? I think we'll get the second trailer in April, leading up to the May slate of films. That's typically what they do. And I recall getting a lot of big trailers late April for films that come out in July. I think Love and Thunder got a trailer at the end of April. And honestly, what they do is there's usually NBA playoff games. And they'll do like 1 or 2 big trailers on like the night of an NBA trailer of an NBA playoff game. So I wouldn't be surprised if like late April, early May, we get the first trailer for Deadpool, or the first official trailer for Deadpool 3, because we have the teaser, but like a legit trailer. Who do I think will cameo? I mean, I think Taylor Swift's in it. I don't even think. I mean, that's like almost a fact right now. You saw him put out. Did y'all see them put out the friendship bracelet poster? Plus, Taylor Swift is like tight with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. I think she'll be in it. I think Walker Scobell will be in it as Kidpool. I think we're going to get almost every original X-Men. I think Marsden as Cyclops. I think Halle Berry as Storm. And I think we're going to get... This is me being wishful thinking. I would love to see Fassbender and McAvoy. But I think it's more likely to see Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. Super Chat. Thank you for the Super Chat. Super chatting your questions, guarantee I get to them, by the way. It's a huge help to the channel, and it pops up, boom, right away, so I can get to it. Here we go. What if the Upside Down was created by Eleven's mom? That's why they fried her to close it. 11 sending one there that showed the doc that it was still alive. Huh. I mean, you know, I have no idea how they're going to tie up the Upside Down and give us the answers, because if you think about it, in the Massacre at Hawkins Lab, which is season 4, episode 7, that's where we see 11 send one through the wall into the Upside Down. And when he arrives, he sees there's already inhabitants there. So that's something I've always not struggled with, but something I've questioned is what, like, was it really like, how was the Upside Down created? Was it created in that moment, or did 11 just send one to the Upside Down? That's something I've discussed with many people since season 4 came out. And I think there's various ways to interpret it as it stands right now, because we don't have all the information, but I just don't know. That's an interesting theory. I haven't heard that one, but I don't know if they would bring back Terry, 11's mom, into the picture. I think, well, our understanding of it now is that the government was like doing these tests on people, and she was one of them, and like fried her brain with acid, essentially, right? So could be. I just don't know if they're going to go that route. I wonder, though, don't you guys wonder if they're actually going to like show us the true origins of the Upside Down? It's just food for thought, something to think about. We'll see. I'm curious, though, nonetheless. Let's see. Scrolling through the chat here. And again, super chat is the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern. Pops up right away. Excuse me. Where was I? I was somewhere in this chat. We will find it. We will find it. Okay, I was somewhere in the vicinity of over here, so we're just going to kind of full send it, and we're going to go. We're going to click something, and we're going to get back on track. Let me take a sip of this, by the way. Delicious. And refreshing, and also caffeinated. Okay, we're right around here. I haven't seen May December, to be honest with you. I have not watched it, but I know it's people were bummed it didn't get nominated for certain Oscars. I have not watched Young Sheldon, but I know it's got its final season coming out soon, but I've never actually watched it. How long do I think the finale will be? 2.5 hours. I at least minimum 2 hours. I think it'll be a 2-hour ep minimum, but potentially 2.5. Just like two. I think the piggyback was like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I could see it being like something similar to that. Okay. Where was I? Okay. Favorite Walking Dead season? I haven't watched The Walking Dead, so I don't have a favorite season, unfortunately. Ryland's in the house. What's good, Ryland? Shout out Ryland, longtime supporter of the channel. What are your thoughts on Denis Villeneuve? Just what do you think of his overall body of work in anticipation of Dune 2? So I've said this on a stream with my buddy Trevor once, and I didn't get in trouble. People were just like, what? This could all change tomorrow when I watch Dune Part 2, and I haven't seen 2049. I have to preface by saying that, but I think Denis Villeneuve is a visionary director, someone who is doing something no one else is. But I also don't think that everything he touches is just a gold mine or an all-timer, kind of like how Nolan is. And like, I hate even having to compare the two, but they are two similar directors who people just constantly compare on film Twitter. But I think Denis made some really good movies, some movies that I think are all right. And Prisoners is his best movie by far. That's like a 5 out of 5 movie. I haven't seen 2049, so I feel weird even speaking on it. But I thought Dune was solid. Again, the scope of it all, I mean, it's immersive. You feel the budget. It's like, it's special from a technical filmmaking standpoint. Enemy wasn't my cup of tea. Arrival, really solid, but overhyped in my opinion. Sicario, I gotta say this. I fell asleep twice trying to watch Sicario. What? I know. Sorry. That was years ago. I haven't tried to watch Sicario since like 2015 or 2016. When did it even come out? Did it come out in like 14? Like the year after it came out or whatever. I tried to watch it and I like fell asleep. And what else has he made? He's got Dune 2 coming out. So like, I just don't. I think Denis is a fantastic filmmaker. Again, he has the vision. I don't think I view him, in my personal opinion, I don't view him as highly as others do. I think he's very damn good at what he does, obviously, but I don't think he's comparable to a Christopher Nolan, a Spielberg in terms of being one of the greats. That's just my opinion. I think he's really, really good at what he does, obviously. I think Dune 2 is going to be good. I do. But I just don't know. I don't get on the Denis hype train like a lot of people do. And that's fine. A lot of people out there love him. I get it. I just think he's made one outstanding movie that stands above the rest, and that's Prisoners. And I wish that he would make something else like Prisoners, but he can't make the same movie over and over. I get it. But yeah, that's my opinion. I'm excited for Dune 2. I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'll have an out of theater reaction, and I'll be honest about it. I promise you that I'll be honest about it. When Dune Part 1 came out, I was in the minority, but that's how I felt in 2021 when it came out. I'll watch it again, see how I feel, but I'm not going to sit here. If I don't like Dune, if I'm like even iffy on Dune tomorrow, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I can't say too much though because of the review embargo, my review come later this week. That's all I can say. But my out of theater reaction, I'm not going to be like, even if I really like it, I'm still going to just tell you straight how I feel. I'm not going to just walk out and be like, masterpiece. Even if I think it is, I'll say that. But we'll see. Hot take: Logan is the best CBM of all time. Every time I see a thing now that's like, why do people put movie after CBM because the M stands for movie? It's like It's like the Spider-Verse, the Across the Spider-Verse thing, where it's like, you wouldn't say you want some coffee with your TT or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, like because of the whole chai tea thing. Anyway, look, I think Logan's fantastic. I don't think it's the best comic book film ever made, but I do love it. I haven't seen it in 7 years. No shit. I haven't seen it in 7 years. It came out in 2017, right? So it came out in March of 2017, so I saw it in theaters, and then I got the Blu-ray later that year and watched it. So that's twice in 2017 I've seen it. I've only seen it twice in my life, but I've seen clips from it a bunch. But it's a really good movie. I just don't ever rewatch it. I will rewatch all the X-Men films before Deadpool 3. All right, we got 2 super chats. One from Hollis. Thank you, Hollis. Have you seen Dune 2 trailer 3? It's I think I already answered this, but I appreciate the super chat. It's the best movie trailer of all time, IMO. What's your favorite? Okay, I'll answer this back part. What is your favorite movie trailer ever? A few that come to mind off the top of my head. The first trailer for Infinity War, I remember where I was. It's one of those moments of time. I was actually in school, and it was on my birthday, and I remember watching it all day, a million times. That trailer where you have like it's the Fury voiceover, like his sort of monologue from the first Avengers, but every character is saying a different line. Ooh, chills every time. Excuse me. That's up there. Then I also would say that's like always a go-to for me. An underrated trailer, the Social Network trailer. It's good stuff. Really good stuff. Some more recent ones from like 2019. 2019 had some fantastic trailers, by the way. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had 2 really good trailers. Joker had a really good trailer. Near the end, it's like I used to think my life was a tragedy. Now it's a comedy or whatever. That line like says in the score, like the way they mixed the music in that trailer, it like cuts to him running underneath a bridge, like the crane shot coming down, and he's like running off the subway. That like shot and the way they just shot the whole trailer and oh my god, chills. And then of course, pretty much every MCU trailer from when I was a kid, I watched them on a loop. Even the Iron Man 2 trailer, which spoils the whole movie. Thank you for the super chat, though. Daniel said, "Oh, and I have to mention The Force Awakens. Come on now, that's up there for me." Daniel with the super chat. Thank you, Daniel. What are your thoughts on Callie/8 maybe coming back in the finale of season 5? Would you want her to help everyone out? I would not want. If she's coming back, it doesn't need to be in the finale. If she's coming back, they need to commit to that early on and have her be a character who's developed through season 5, so it doesn't feel like some random moment where like, oh, against all odds, 8 shows up and then they team up and fight. That would be BS. I would rather have her be a character who's shows up in the first episode and damn near is with everyone throughout the whole thing and just commit to it. Because I'm not happy about that. I wouldn't be, but if they commit to it, I can respect it more than them just going, you know what? All hope seems lost. But wait, it's like it'd be like when Captain Marvel just pulls up in Endgame, which is fine and everything, but it would be like, what? Even then, though, she's in the beginning of the movie. So it's like, she's out there and she's probably coming back at some point. But imagine like that. If Callie does not show up in season 5, she literally just pulls up at the end and like somehow tripled her powers. It would be insane. I would hate that. So if Callie is coming back, bring her in early, have her in every episode, develop her relationship with every character, or at least 11 and Hopper, whoever, so that it feels like deserved by the time we get to the finale. If she just pulls up in the finale, I'm like, what are we doing? It would be really hard to accept. So yeah, I don't even want her to come back, but if she does, might as well have her in the whole damn thing. Might as well. Why not? Who's winning the SEC next season? Georgia. Have you ever? Sorry, I got to be confident. I really do think they will. They have Carson Beck returning. They're gonna have a hell of a defense. I think they're gonna win the SEC. Have you ever been to StrangerCon? Is this the Stranger Things convention? Because there's one there've been like 2 in Georgia, and I've never been able to go to them. And I live in Georgia. It never lines up with my schedule. But there's one coming to Georgia at the end of this year. It's not the StrangerCon, but it's called the Upside Down, and it's in Jackson, Georgia, literally downtown Hawkins. And I'm going to go to that con. So I honestly, I'm going to start spreading the word about it now. I'll let you guys know, because I know you guys love Stranger Things. In Jackson, Georgia, October 19th and 20th, the Upside Down. Millie Bobby Brown is going. They're announcing more guests as they get closer to the date. But I'll be there. I'm super excited. Hopefully, meet Millie Bobby Brown, meet whoever else they announce. Add to the autographed Funko Pop collection. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope to see some of you guys there. I would love to meet some of you guys there because it's literally like where they filmed, like the library and everything. Like it's there. It's in the convention is in the city where they filmed. That's so cool. I love that concept, and so I will be there. Cam will be there. I hope to see some of you guys there. I know it's months and months away, but I want to like talk about it more to let you guys know because it's like a smaller con. So the Upside Down Con, look it up. Epic Cons, it's coming. I'll be there. All right. Yeah, 23 has a better lineup of movies than 24, but what can you do? Hope you're gonna have a good week. I barely woke up. Much love from Australia. Does that mean? Well, thank you from Australia. That's wild. Yeah. So does that mean you're already? Is it already tomorrow morning? Wow. Interesting. The time zones, specifically Australia, that just blows my mind. I feel like 18 hours ahead of us over here or something crazy like that. Do you have an interest in watching the Oscars? I actually do this year, yeah, because I have a dog in the fight. That's what they say, right? No, Oppenheimer. I'm really I want to see what it wins. And I do enjoy a lot of films from 23. I'll tune in. I won't make videos about it, but I'll tune in. I might make a video, like a recap on TikTok, like here's what won Best Picture or whatever, but I'm not gonna like do a live reaction or react to the Oscars or any of that stuff. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That's about a month out, roughly. March 22nd, right? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really liked Afterlife. I think this one looks like one of the more sort of unique premises we've seen in a Ghostbusters film where it's like I can't think of a Ghostbusters movie where a city is getting frozen. I'm out of Coke Zero. Almost been an hour, by the way. Insane, really. There's no other way to put it. Would you watch an Uncharted sequel if it happened? I would. I'm in the minority. I actually kind of enjoy that Uncharted movie. It's definitely does not hold a candle to the games, and it's kind of takes the Uncharted IP and tries to do its own thing with it. It doesn't really even feel like an Uncharted game. It's kind of a basic adventure movie, but it's enjoyable to me. And I haven't seen it since theaters, but I liked Tom Holland in the role for sure. I'd watch it. Why not? Favorite Stranger Things couple is going to be Jopper, Joyce and Hopper. All the people asking for a Coke break, like Coca-Cola, I'm all out. But I do have water. Okay. I'm not a Pepsi guy remotely, honestly. I'm full on Coke for me. I'm not a Pepsi guy at all. Let's see. Fincher's best directed movie. Great question, Gavin. I can always count on you to ask some fire ones in here, man. I would say his best directed film. I would say it's probably Frank. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's The Social Network. It's either Seven or The Social Network, in my opinion. In terms of his best directed film, I'd say one of those two probably. But the script for The Social Network really elevates it. Sorkin's writing. If I were to eliminate that one, if I couldn't choose that, I would probably pick Seven. Yeah. Let's see. Chances of Joyce dying, like out of a 100% thing, I'd say like 55%. Like, I don't think she's safe. I think that she could definitely die. It's more likely she'll die than live, actually, which is crazy. Well, welcome, Kat. Glad you could join. Okay. I have seen Better Call Saul. I actually have a video, I think, on my channel where I was like, I watched Better Call Saul for the first time. But yeah, I loved it. Both of them. The whole universe is spectacular writing. Yes, absolutely. Should watch OBX4. If you've seen the other seasons, why not, right? I mean, OBX, P for L, baby. Pogue for life. Such a fun, just vibe. You just vibe out watching this drama, this teen drama in the summer. Jack's in the house. What's good, Jack? How you doing, man? What a Madam Web was a dreadful watch. There was nothing really happened. I know that's super generic thing to say, but legitimately, the entire movie, is about this dude who has a vision of 3 spider people killing him. And so he's convinced that's his future, and he uses this technology to try and track them down. And that's the movie. They don't have their powers or anything, and that's the film. Nothing happens of value. It is a really hard watch, unfortunately. It sucks. It just sucks. Okay. Yeah, I think Vecna's too far gone to save. I don't think he can have like a Vader moment or anything like that in Return of the Jedi. I think Vader's too far gone. I just do. All right. Thoughts on Snyder's Justice League? Overrated, better than the theatrical cut, but still heavily flawed and way too long in my opinion. It's been an hour, by the way. We just hit the hour mark, so I'll probably go for a bit longer here. Keep Watch Burn, Hunger Games Catching Fire, Godzilla -1, and Logan. Great picks here, my friend. I base these off rewatchability for those who don't know. So I could think certain movies that I just watch or burn are inferior in my reviews, but these are based on how I feel in the moment, and B, rewatchability. So right now, I'm gonna keep I'm gonna keep Catching Fire. Excuse me. Catching Fire is a movie that I hold near and dear to my heart. Is the first. It's a fantastic Hunger Games film. It's the best of the bunch, and the last act of that movie, insane. It also gave us Finnick Odair, it gave us Plutarch Heavensby, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Come on, that's the one I'm keeping because that's the one I rewatched the most. I gotta watch Logan because Logan it's a beautiful ending to Hugh Jackman's run as Wolverine, even though he's coming back. It's that version of the character. It's a nice send off to him. And then after that, I'm gonna burn Godzilla -1. As much as I ended up enjoying it, and it was a top 10 film of 2023, it's the one I can live with not ever seeing again. Of the 3, it's still great though. That's the tough thing about Keep Watch Burns. You gotta let one go. You gotta let it go. All right. Do you think it's possible for Deadpool 3 to flop? I don't think it's possible. No. I think the movies, they know what they're doing. They have almost made this movie like specifically designed to be a big hit, to be a crowd pleaser for everyone. For the hardcore comic fans, for the Deadpool fans, for the X-Men fans, for just MCU fans, for casual moviegoers. Everyone's going to get a kick out of this, I think. There's no way it flops, in my opinion. No way. Monetarily speaking as well. Like, I think critically it'll be a success. I think commercially it'll be a success. Like, I think it's going to light it up at the box office. Because they're going to market the hell out of it. They don't have another MCU movie coming out this year, so they can up the budget for marketing just for that. Do I prefer Marvel or DC? Honestly, my whole life, I've always leaned Marvel. Spider-Man carries a lot of that weight. And then, it was an event to go see the new Marvel movie in theaters for years. And so I've always been more of a Marvel guy. Even though I love Batman, if you take Batman out of the equation for me, I am barely connected to DC. I think about that a lot, actually. Like when I do my Batman, or when I do my DC rankings, if I were to remove the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy, the Arkham games from existence, okay? I mean, what DC content do I really love? There's a few things. The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's version. Peacemaker, that's James Gunn. Other than that I truly love, I'm thinking right now, not a lot. So I think I'm way more of a Marvel guy, and that's all right. Everyone's got their thing. I'm not opposed to DC. I see the new DC movies, but they've been a train wreck for almost a decade now. I mean, they've had their outliers, but yeah, I'm a through and through more of a Marvel guy. Okay, I love Joseph Quinn being the Human Torch. People, I don't understand the hate. I already talked about that recently, but I hope we get an Oppenheimer level reaction tomorrow when I see Dune. We'll see. We shall see. Batman main trailer. Oh my gosh, Gavin, great pick here, man. This is one I forgot to mention earlier. Yes, like the one with the duct tape from the Riddler at the beginning. Ooh, that trailer gave me absolute chills. Yeah, movie room tour is dropping. Honestly, soon. The stream's gonna end momentarily, so. Yeah, I'll probably go for like 1 or 2 more minutes, or I'll probably go for like 5 more minutes. So fire off your last minute questions, comments, or concerns. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, or concern. It's a huge way to help support the channel. And hit that like button if you guys are in here right now. Okay. Eddie will come back in some way, shape, or form, but I think it's going to be more of like a vision scene. That's kind of where I'm at with it. What if they split season 5 into 2 volumes and Callie shows up at the end of volume 1? What a letdown that would be. The Upside Down Comic Con is October 19th through 20th. It's in Jackson, Georgia. It is going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be lots of fun indeed. I have not seen the 100. I've heard of it though. You think season 4 will be JJ season? It could be. I think that. I mean, maybe, you know, I think it's gonna be more of the gang season as a whole in terms of OBX. For people who don't know what we're talking about, like, what are you talking about? JJ is a character from Outer Banks. I think it's just gonna be the gang as a whole, more so than like one character having the time to shine. Commander Reflex, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right, I'm pretty much caught up in the chat here, so I'll take like 1 or 2 more questions and call it a stream. I gotta go finish getting up my movie room tour video, but it's been a quick, hour, 5-minute stream. Been a fun one. I appreciate you guys if you're in here the whole time, if you're in here partially. If you're here on the replay, thank you guys so much. But I'll try and end on like 1 more question, and then we'll wrap this thing. All right? Let's see. Let's see. If you guys understand this reference, you have seen one of the funniest movies of all time. All right. Dustin, Steve, Hopper, 2 to live and 1 to die. So, who do I pick to die of these 3 if I had to pick 1 to die? If I had to pick 1 to die, I think it actually would be Hopper right now. I've already come to terms with his death once. I think I could do it again. I want Steve and Nancy to have a happy ride off into the sunset. Steve and Nancy, and Dustin, you can't kill Dustin. Max says, when is the Film Saga pod coming back? What a deep cut this is. A lot of people out there probably don't even know what this is. This was with myself and Trevor from Film Geeks. Probably will never return, to be honest with you, but Trevor and I still keep in touch, talk daily, and he's the man, but I have to have him on a live stream again soon. It's always a fun time when he's on here. And this will be the last one of the stream. How much time do you think they'll drop the Stranger Things table read video / teaser? I think we'll get a teaser this summer. Maybe even the latest would be Stranger Things Day. I think the table read video will probably come out of the summer. If Netflix does their To-Dumb event, which they probably already have announced, but usually it's just sporadic. It could be, September one year, then it could be, June one year. So I don't know when that is, but if it does end up happening in the summer, I think we'll get the table read video then, and then we'll get the trailer on Stranger Things Day in November. But no, I think it'll come this year for sure. They definitely have it filmed, right? They saved it for a reason, those last 2 episodes. So they have it filmed. It's just a matter of when, and we'll see. Madman Terry says, hey man, just want to say absolutely love what you do on the channel. Looking forward to your continued success. Well, thank you so much. Any support goes a long way, and I appreciate those kind words. I look forward to what the future has in store for the channel, for the community. And it's been a great year so far. I think it's going to continue to be a great year. So thank you for the support. And that goes for everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in here on this stream or in any video, short live stream that I do. I am going to call this a stream. We did about 1 hour and 10 minutes here on this Monday. It was a damn fun time. I will be posting a movie room tour video tonight. So if you guys are in here, make sure to hit the notification bell if you haven't, so you can be notified for that. It should be up within the hour, I'd say. It's a long one. It's like 25 minutes. So I redid the whole movie room, and I got a lot to talk about, lots to show you guys. So stay tuned for that. But that'll do it for this stream. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. Help me get to 100 likes. Hit it if you're on the replay. Just do it. If you sent a super chat, thank you so much. If you commented, if you just watched in silence, thank you. But that'll do it for this stream. Stay tuned for my Dune Part 2 out of theater reaction coming tomorrow. My review later this week. I might have a review of Avatar, the Netflix show. So I have some ideas, and some Stranger Things content, as always, is coming as well. But that'll do it. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.